Let's do Book of Crixus, people, because I kind of like this guy. This guy's fun. This guy's fun, especially with the bonding that it has. So here we go. Crixus is under Einar. Life of 5, move of 5, range of 1, attack of 5, defense of 3, 90 points. He's a human. He's a unique hero. Gladiator, rebellious, medium 4. Has a 1 shield defense. When rolling defense dice, if Crixus rolls at least 1 shield, the most wounds Crixus may take for this attack is 1. And do I need to mention, of course, the attack of 5 as well? Is yeah.
All attack.
Yep. Now, let's see here. Just real quick, when it comes to the bonding, let me go back here. We got some clarifications and classifications. Oh, again, link description below if you want to check these out as well. If you're watching on YouTube, you can check all of these stats out via heroscapers.com. But okay, so we got synergy benefits. Spartacus, and Spartacus is a heavy point one, but if you have the points, can bond with them. And cap on gladiators, which yes, they are, when it comes to financially, they are expensive to get, but if you do have a bunch of these common squads, Crixus can bond with them, and it makes things very, very fun. But let me go to the lore real quick and talk about his character lore. Thump thump beats the heart of the battle-maddened Crixus. Sword bangs against a shield as a bloodthirsty crowd howls in excitement, but Crixus hears only one sound: thump thump. A spear aimed for the abdomen is narrowly avoided and knocked away. Crixus delivers a deadly counter blow: thump thump. Before his opponent can even fall to the ground, a ravenous lion, 200 kilos at the least, springs from a nearby pit, pinning Crixus against the dirt. Thump, thump. The beast opens its maw wide, loosening a roar of such might that the spectators feel it in their chests and return a roar of their own. Thump, thump. The lion's claws dig deep into Crixus' shoulders. He responds, tucking his legs up under the belly of the beast. With a powerful thrust, he throws it off his right side. Thump, thump. Crixus quickly rolls over and slams his shield into the lion's exposed flank, snapping 3 of its ribs and causing it to flail in pain. Thump, thump. The lion struggles to stand, but Crixus gives it no chance, striking it down with a final blow. Thump, thump. Crixus staggers to his feet and raises his sword to the sky in victory. The crowd erupts in praise. Under the cover of his mask, Crixus cynically raises an eyebrow as they open another gate, releasing upon him still more opponents. Thump, thump. Interesting. It actually, and this is just talking about, I think, the day in the life of Crixus, because it doesn't really talk about him being transported to Valhalla. There's still more gladiating stuff that he's doing in the arena there before he gets taken, so that's an interesting part of the lore. You know, there's not really describing him being taken. He's just like, okay, the work continues with that.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not
Someone has to
entertained?
say it.
Yeah, actually, Crixus reminds me of, like, when it comes to the movie Gladiator, Crixus reminds me of, like, one of the opponents that Gladiator faces, which is like kind of the same mask, only he didn't have a sword. It was like a chain wielding thing, I think. But yeah, I like Crixus a lot because of the fact that he does bond with the Capuan. Am I saying that right? I know that Josiah, that I'm like butchering the name of that common squad, and I love it so much. Can you say it again for me?
I believe it's pronounced Capua.
Capuan.
Or Capua.
Capuan. Okay. So with that common squad of gladiators, you have a lot of fun with these guys. With the bonding, so you can move them up, and he's got a fun attack to where you can just really like pound again, just pure melee with a defense. I mean, defensive 3 makes them slightly squishy, but the one shield defense really helps in that. I know in times that I've skirmished with him and the Capuan gladiators, my goodness, I'm just going to be butchering that, that he stayed on the battlefield a little bit longer with that one shield defense. Because he got taken like 5 wounds, but only takes 1. That keeps him going a little bit longer, allows him to attack more. So that's one thing I like about him. Financial cost again. I don't think he costs too much financially to get. Although I think when it comes to like getting all of these together, it is a little bit pricey. But if you like gladiators, I definitely recommend getting Crixus with the Capuan gladiators because it's a fun army. It's a fun army. What are you guys' thoughts on him?
Well, since Jeremy is not here, I'll step up for some of the history behind Crixus. Crixus is actually a named historical figure, so it is like how Spartacus was actually someone in history, so is Crixus.
Okay.
I believe he fought in the Servile War. I want to say the third one. And so it's kind of a big slave and a gladiator uprising in Rome. So he has got a lot of fun. If you're looking for a fun historical read about Crixus, and it's pretty interesting.
Okay, so historical unit right there. Awesome.
He's pretty fun to play.
Yeah, no, it is. They are. I mean, is there anybody like one good Heroscape melee army? Yeah, definitely. Joe, what do you think?
I haven't noticed this down on by the power rankings. I don't know if all the units have this, but there is someone posted Master Index historical reference, and it's just like it's a
oh yeah, there it is. Yeah,
a page that talks about the historical of it.
Oh yeah,
the characters.
Well, it's Spartacus right there.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see here.
But I guess it's even though it says Spartacus, but I'm sure there are other characters. This is probably like the best way to like kind of talk about.
Right, that's interesting. I'm glad the link still works too.
No, I want to see a gladiator army at an event. Because I'm always so surprised when I see an army that I have never played against. Like 2 weekends ago. No, it wasn't last weekend. Was it last weekend? Yeah, it was last weekend. That I went and I played against Thralls. And Nicholas Eisenwein. I was like, yo, never played against that army. And I loved seeing that. I had no idea even how to play against it. I had no idea. That's the only reason I lost. The only reason. So, I mean, I would love to play. I played against, and I'm familiar with the gladiators, but I'd love to see them. I think the only way to see them at an event, it's got to be Delta, B and under, and the point value has to be 500. So
right, because you want
to, or 600, because of Spartacus. You
want Spartacus in the army, and that's the trouble with it. That's the one downside. Is Spartacus is so darn expensive. He's so darn expensive.
The stars need to be aligned.
Yeah.
For this army to be really being played. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Whoever's doing the events for EscapeCon, B plus under 600 points.
Melee only. And,
melee only. Delta points. There you go. There you go. There's an idea for you.
The problem would be then everybody would have a Spartacus, Capuan gladiators, and Crixus army. Yeah. It's just everybody would just be fighting against each other, and then it would come down to points probably.
Yeah,
I was in one of the Sir Heroscape's online tournaments, and it was an interesting format where you had to assassinate a hero, and they ran my opponent ran Crixus, Spartacus, and a bunch of the Chilean gladiatresses, and they swamped me. I got demolished by them. So, but it was 700 points, so they were able to cook. They were able to cook with the.
There you go.
There you go.
That's funny.
I mean, he's a good-looking sculpt. He's a really fun sculpt. Like I said, he's got some history behind him, and he bonds well. Yeah, it's just darn lot of fun to play. So yeah, that's my overall take on it.
And Ryan, I don't know if you mentioned it. I did you mention about the advanced FAQ with Sojoa? Did you guys read this?
Oh, with the windshield defense, yeah, that's no.
Yeah, so for anyone for any of those audio listeners,
Go ahead.
it says here about Sujoa, if any figure has a special power, and I say Sujoa because it talks about Crixus and Michael's one shield defense ability. So if any figure has a special power that allows it to ignore the wounds inflicted by Sujoa's Poison Sting special attack, can Sujoa keep rolling the d20 for Poison Sting special attack? And it says no. So even though it doesn't specifically state it, the reason he continues to roll for poison damage is because the wound is still being inflicted. If the wound were ignored, you would stop rolling for Poison Sting special attack. The special case for a power like Crixus and Michael's one shield defense, if you inflicted at least one wound on the initial attack roll, even though that's the most you could hit with them because of one shield defense, on the initial attack roll, inflicted the wound, will still trigger the poison roll if you roll a 10 through 19. You can't inflict the wound. So you can't re-roll. But if you roll a 20, the defending figure would still be destroyed.
Interesting.
Yeah,
well, it's good to know when you're playing it, because I mean I've played some Sujo.
But then like I read that, I'm like, oh, that's so fascinating, because like not a lot of these characters have ever kind of had these like special FAQs, for their powers and stuff. But now realizing it's Sujoa, no one really ever uses Sujoa. Sorry, but it's like what? I guess we'll never see that.
Well, I used a Sujo on ScapeCon last year. It was rather fun.
That's right. You're like the only one that's ever played Sujoa.
I probably won it this year, but I did.
Sujoa is underrated. I love Sujoa.
Yeah,
but that's
it is
tangential.
It is a fun mini.
What's the bonding for Sujoa?
Spiders.
It is spiders.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess amber hives too. No, is it?
Yeah,
clean or
I think it was amber hives too. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely bonding with amber hives. It's a little fun, although Melfera is definitely better, with the amber hives, because they're unique with each other. But you can do an army with Sujoa and them insects for sure. Yeah, that's an interesting point there, Joe. So yeah, definitely research the facts when it comes to those two. If that situation would ever arise, because you never know when I might bring Sujoa to the battlefield. You just never know.
Get ready to counter Ryan and Ryan only. All right, guys. Let us know if you guys use Sujoa or Crixus or Chartis or Cheros. Let us know what your best matchup army compositions are, and for which events. Please let us know in the comments below for what armies you're bringing to ScapeCon, so I can counter them. That'd be great. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
I play purely alphabetical, so I just put all those units in an army, and then
you just play alphabetically. Okay.
I mean, and this is the important thing too. Like, yes, there are advices that you give, especially from like Casters of Valhalla or something, and what plays the best. But you know what? Just do what you love to do with these armies, even if it doesn't make sense to anybody else. If it makes sense to you, if it's what you love, and you just love doing it, win or lose, do it. Do it and have fun with it. And can't wait to see you on the battlefield. And who knows, you might get wins that you never thought possible, because that's how Heroscape goes sometimes.
It really, I mean, I've heard it many times where it's like, oh, the die rolls aren't really the most things. It's positioning matters the most, and the skill of using the army. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of that. I get that. But there are times where the die roll, if you don't roll the die that you need, how can you really know if that army is doing the best it can?
The answer to that question, Joe, is really simple. if you won the game, it was skill and tactics and on army usage. If you lost, it was crap dice rolling.
Exactly.
There you
So
go.
no one
Exactly.
understands
Jason
this
gets
game.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jason gets it.
Heroscape's source code unlocked.
We gave away all the secrets looking at Crixus here. And so that's us taking a look at Crixus for your consideration to your Heroscape armies.